everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are here budgeting out the second weekly paycheck for the month of April, and I'm just realizing that we are on the wrong view. We are on the paycheck 1 view, so just switch to paycheck 2. Okay, so we are budgeting out the second paycheck for the month of April, and I am going to pull the money from our savings sweep line. So if you're new here, basically I am a month ahead and I just tuck all the money in this line and then pull out each paycheck to budget it out. So we are pulling out $13.48 to budget out for this paycheck, and I'm not sure what's going on here and why this only says $9.40. Oh, maybe that's because we have to budget the $2.26 back to it. That's probably why. Okay, let's see what happens in the end. Okay, so for my husband's gas, we're budgeting $2.40. For my gas, we're budgeting $2.35. And then for Christmas, for us, I don't budget, but my words are not coming out right. Okay, I don't budget this on camera, but my husband does get a $200 check. It is supposed to be for cell phone and gas reimbursement because he's the only employee, it's just him. And so he uses his personal cell phone for work, and he has to use his personal truck for a lot of the runs to Home Depot and things like that. So they do give him that, and instead of applying it to those things, because we already have those things allotted for in our budget when he took this job, the one thing that we had with his prior job, well, not really his prior job, but his prior job, was that they gave him a uniform allowance. And we did what we did with the uniform allowance, because it always came in like October, is we used it for Christmas. So we kind of just swapped, and we're like, okay, well, we'll just use this for Christmas because we already got that in our budget. So when that check comes, I just put it straight to Christmas. So I have it on here, so you'll see this number climb by $200 each month, but that video would be so short if I budgeted on camera, so I just leave it there. For other people, we budget $25 for tithe. I did increase this recently, so we're budgeting $77 a month for tithe. And for my husband's oil change, we're budgeting $10. We are budgeting $10 for my oil change. Can you tell my husband made all these categories? He broke it down. All right, and for tires for my husband, we're putting $30 in, and for tires for me, we are putting $35 in. Slowly, guys, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to have a number of how much it costs, because these categories were just getting really big on some of these, and I just want to know how much money we really need in there for an occurrence, for one set of tires or whatever. So little by little, I'm adding that in to the line so that I know. This way I can better assess where I can pull money from if I need to. My car registration, we're putting $7. Car inspection, $3. My husband's car registration is $7. See, for example, this. I guess I did this at one point, but it's $129. and it's due every 2 years, and it will be due this August. So by this August, I only need 129 and I have 241. So I actually can pull money from that if I needed to. So that's why I'm trying to make these notes here so that I have like an idea of where I can take money from if I need to. So for any of you using YNAB, maybe you want to steal my little tip. I don't know. Let's see. For car inspection, $3. For my husband's motorcycle inspection, it's $1. For motorcycle registration, we just pay that, and $5. My car repairs is $17 a month. My husband's car repairs are $17 a month. Office supplies, $25. Pool maintenance is $10. Yard maintenance is $10. House maintenance is $20. Vacations gets $100. And birthdays for our household gets $30. I'm gonna need to adjust this, but yeah. I'm just thinking that I took $100 from our cash that we had in the house to put into a card for my daughter when we went up to see her at college. Because she didn't really want anything. There was nothing she was really asking for. And I didn't reconcile that yet, right? Like, I didn't close out the cash and write a check and all that. So, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out at some point. But anyway, we're putting the 30 in for today. And budgeting for the words, guys, the words. Birthdays for friends and family is $35. Freebies, we don't have to put anything there. We have the $5 theoretically. A lot of times my husband just pays with $5 out of his pocket, so that same $5 has been sitting there for a while. We have a rabies clinic by us that offers it's pretty much free rabies shots, but they ask for a voluntary $5 donation to help offset the costs. So we always give the $5, and like I said, usually my husband just takes it out of cash that he has in his wallet, and so this $5 just kind of stays there. But my dog is due. I have to look at when the county does the next clinic and see when that is. One more thing on the calendar. Dog food, $20. Heart guard for the dogs, $8. Frontline for the dogs is $5. $10 towards the vet. And $7 towards prescriptions and medications. We are already overspent in doctor's copays. Well, we're not overspent yet, but at my husband's next PT visit, we'll be overspent. So I'm going to put the $25 there, and that'll balance it out. Oh, wait. Do we budget 30? I guess we budget 30. Hang on. Okay. So now we have $5, but the next time he goes to PT, it'll be negative. Yeah. And for the optometrist, $25. My husband was just saying he needs to get new glasses. Motorcycle insurance, $7. And we're not putting anything to home decor and furnishings. We typically don't. That's one of the things we really just push pause on. But I can honestly tell you, we could really use some updates. Because we haven't done any updates in a while on that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, if you count the fact that I have furnished dorm rooms, I guess, over the last couple of years, then maybe we have. But anyway, TurboTax, I put $8 towards. School events, I put $23 towards. School supplies, I put $10 towards. We don't put anything towards this. We usually don't kennel our dogs. We put that line in there, if I'm being really honest. When we first got our older dog, when we would go away to Cape May, we really don't travel that much either, but when we go to Cape May, that was my in-laws' house, and my husband was like, I don't feel right bringing the dog, it's not our house or whatever, so my parents used to take our dog. They offered to take our dog. So we did that, but they had a dog, and our dog and their dog did not get along. So, that was like a trial, and my mom's like, yeah, we can't do that again, because they didn't get along very well. So we put that line item in our budget, figuring we were going to have to kennel the dog when we went on vacation. And then my brother-in-law and sister-in-law got a dog, and they brought their dog to my in-laws' house. And my in-laws don't care. They really don't. It was really my husband. My husband was like, I don't want to do that. So when they brought their dog, I was like, well, they brought their dog. We can bring our dog. We're bringing our dog. So we bring the dogs on vacation with us. And I feel like we just have it there because we were also in another situation where we had to travel for a funeral and for a family member, and fortunately my neighbor was able to watch the dogs, but that would have been another instance where we would have had to have kenneled them. So I keep it there just in case, you never know. But we have no intentions of doing that. We pretty much bring them with us. I don't think that they would fare well in a kennel because they literally sleep in our bed at night. I don't know what they would do if we had brought them to a kennel. Especially my older dog. My older dog, she's gonna be 15, I think. 14 or 15. Yeah. But we don't put any more money to it. It just kind of is there just in case. $1 towards my husband's license renewal. He just renewed his last year. So it's pretty much every 8 years that you have to renew it. And doesn't cost much. It's $1. Actually, probably need to make that higher because he got the enhanced this last time, so it did cost a little bit more. I'm probably going to get the enhanced this time. Mine will be due in July, so we'll see. But anyway, $1 to that, and then $10 for Amazon Prime. And now we are left with this $226. This was the original amount when we first started doing budgeting that we were able to save. And okay. So that leaves us with $1,026 in saving. Wait, did I put that in the wrong line? I did. Undo. I put it in Christmas. Okay, so that leaves us with $1,066.01 in our savings sweep line. So hopefully we won't have too much overspending. Boy, the words are really difficult. Yeah. hopefully we won't have too much overspending, and we'll be able to have money left over to put towards savings challenges at the end of April. But anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share my channel with others, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.